Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am Brandon. I am so ready to be disappointed by free agency, Perna. This is honestly my favorite part of the football year. Since my Broncos are never in the playoffs anymore, free agency and the draft are my playoffs. It's also like NFL Christmas, as most teams make a few moves via free agency, and fans believe these gifts will make their lives and teams better again. But after we play with our new toys for a few weeks, we realize our quarterback is still average at best, and we'll be lucky to go 8-8 or 9-8 now with a 17-game NFL season. So today, I want to talk about some of the top pending free agents and quickly predict if they will actually hit the market. Jeff Bezos is eyeing the Washington football team for purchase, and the NFL is only asking for $3.5 billion per year for Monday Night Football. That's good sports. Please subscribe to this football YouTube channel. I do football videos, news, and other things pretty much every damn week. But if you already know that and you want to support this channel, patreon.com/thatsgoodsports is where you can do it. We're doing our Patreon Zoom call this Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for all $10 and above patrons. It's a Zoom meeting where we hang out and bullshit for like 2 hours. Maybe I'll be able to drink some whiskey this time again. So if you want to get in on that action, patreon.com/thatsgoodsports. And I do have big dick Patreon shoutouts for new patrons. Jacob, Reeves, and Blue Ridge Mountain Plumbing upping to $181 per month. Yeah, they're the best damn plumbing in Central Virginia. Thank you. Okay, NFL teams. They were free to start using their franchise tags this week. Nobody's been tagged yet, though. So I appreciate Field Yates for posting how the tags work, because basically I forget this shit every single year. Some rules. Franchise/transition tags. Teams can apply them until March 9th. Each team can utilize one tag per year. A player tagged for a second straight year earns a 20% raise, like Dak Prescott if he gets tagged again. And a player with an exclusive franchise tag cannot negotiate with other teams. So right now we're basically sitting in this 2-week window where we patiently wait to see if guys like Chris Godwin get tagged, or if he becomes a free agent. Now, if Dak Prescott is tagged again, his salary cap hit would be $37.7 million for 2021, which would be the third highest yearly cap hit in NFL history. Assuming, though, that Big Ben and the Steelers restructure his deal, I think it would be the second highest. And my guess is that Matt Ryan might restructure his to stay in Atlanta, which probably will make Daks hit the highest ever, which is to say Jerry Jones is a idiot. Idiot. Because by not working out a long-term deal with Dak 2 off seasons ago, Jerry is paying a premium 2 years in a row. Then, assuming he gets a deal done, we'll pay another premium for 2 more seasons as Dak becomes the highest paid quarterback in football. New quarterback contracts usually work like that. They hurt for the first couple seasons. Then, as the market grows, they become team-friendly deals by years 3 and 4. Jerry had no qualms profiteering from his drilling company during Texas's winter storm crisis, which is exactly why he was in no rush to pay the most important person on his team. He doesn't care about people. What I want to predict is what free agents will actually be available when free agency begins on March 17th. Dak Prescott. He will not be available. Dallas tags and finally extends him. The NFL Network is saying the Cowboys are ready to make a deal now, and I think it gets done. Chris Godwin. Not available. Tom Brady will demand they keep all the ball catchers and sign at least one more, who may or may not be awaiting his day in court for sexual assault allegations. Trent Williams, he hits the market. The Colts, They need a left tackle now, and they get it. They have more cap space and fewer players to re-sign than the 49ers. Allen Robinson, he will hit the market and return to the Jags. No Tom Coughlin, no Blake Bortles. He comes back to play with Trevor Lawrence. Finally, getting a great QB. Brandon Scherf. He's one of the best guards in the league, but I'd literally rather put cat litter in my mouth than read about where a guard will go in free agency. Von Miller. He restructures his deal, remains a Denver Bronco, and is, God willing, cleared of all wrongdoing. Shaq Barrett. He's going to test the market. He has 2 rings now. He banked on himself, proved his value, and will simply want to be courted, wined and dined, and offered maxed edge rusher money. Justin Simmons. He will not hit free agency. He is the Broncos' top priority right now, and it's been reported he and the team are close on the numbers. Linebacker Levante David will not test the market. Tampa Bay has 3 key guys they need to retain: Godwin, Barrett, and Levante David. I think they get 2 of the 3, and Godwin and David return to Tampa. Matthew Judon and Yannick Ngakoue. The Ravens keep Ngakoue and let Judon walk, as Body by Taco Bell goes to a city that actually has good Mexican food. Leonard Williams. The Giants gave up a 3rd and a 5th round to get him, so I think they'll pay him because he was great last year. Otherwise, that'd be a pretty dumb move for a non-playoff team. Melvin Ingram. He leaves. He leaves LA and goes to the Denver Broncos. So they get another Charger, Melvin. But also because they had to send Bradley Chubb to the Texans to get Deshaun Watson. Hunter Henry, another Charger. He definitely fits the mold of a Patriots tight end. I think he tests the market as he seems very ready to seek new playing options. Corey Davis, Titans receiver. Now Tennessee is in a tricky situation here. Davis underperformed for the first 3 seasons, but then balled his brains out in 2020 and was a great compliment to A.J. Brown. I think they keep him and Jonnu Smith and try to build the defense through the draft. James White, running back, Patriots. I damn near guarantee you he will be in Tampa Bay next season, catching 50 passes out of the backfield from Brady. Packers running back Aaron Jones, gone. See him in Miami. Joe Thuney, Patriots lineman. All Patriots players now see how good life is outside of the cult, so he's gone. Hunter Henry arrives, realizing he made a huge mistake. Linebacker KJ Wright, he won't take a pay cut, so he's gone in Seattle, and then he'll get spiteful that they asked him to take a pay cut, so he'll take a below-market deal to play with the Rams. Just like Richard Sherman. Kenny Golladay. Golladay Road leads to New York. Giants or Jets, don't matter. Marcus Williams, safety. Saints, definitely hitting the market. Right now, all the Saints can afford is Taysom Hill. The Saints may actually have Taysom Hill play multiple positions in 2021 at the same time. Plus, Drew Brees hasn't retired yet, and it's starting to feel like he might come back for one more terrible year. Anthony Harris, safety. He's going to test free agency. Minnesota tagged him last year, and he probably would like to play for a good defense. He's been linked to the Browns and to the Washington football team. Matt Milano, Bills linebacker. Seems almost certain he will hit the market, especially if the Bills are indeed in play for J.J. Watt. And then finally, you, me, and Bud Dupree. Now, Spot Track has his market value as the same as Shaq Barrett at $15.8 million. I think Shaq is hands down a better pass rusher and a more complete positional player on the edge. And I think Bud Dupree knows it. So after Ben Roethlisberger restructures, I think Dupree returns to Pittsburgh. Moving on, Jeff Bezos appears to be interested in becoming an owner of the Washington football team. Bezos, of course, is now the second richest man on earth after Elon Musk passed him earlier this year. That's good though, as Bezos should be used to not being in first place if he wants to own the Washington football team. But Brandon, they finished in first in the NFC East. Yeah, that was an anomaly. Bezos already owns the Washington Post, so he can control the sports media for his future team, and has a mansion in Washington, so he can do it all from the comfort of his home, close to the stadium. Now, the only question I have is how long before Dan Snyder is forced out? Not if, but when. Washington, despite sucking for the last 20 years, is the 8th most valuable franchise at $3.5 billion, which is probably the real reason Bezos wants them instead of, say, the Broncos. Now, the Washington football team will announce its new name in 2022. 2 years! It's taking them 2 years to decide on a new name and logo, which is actually pretty fast by Washington standards. Now, the NFL has told ESPN it wants $3.5 billion per season for the Monday Night Football TV rights. That's a 75% increase over the current $2 billion per year Disney is shelling out for Monday Night Football. For comparison, that would be like if you made $60,000 a year and walked into your boss's office and asked for a $45,000 per year raise. ESPN/Disney countered with $2.4 billion per season, a 20% bump. And we shall assume they will eventually meet in the middle. Now, this is a 10-year deal, and what I don't understand is why not do an incremental yearly increase in the price? To me, this is like a quarterback contract, where it seems steep now, but hopefully will be a deal in years 6 through 10. Although there's always a risk less and less people watch Monday Night Football. By year 10, esports will probably... Nah, football will still be popular. Otherwise, I gotta find a whole new fucking career. Oh, hey, why do you have a ball gag at your stupid desk, Brandon? Oh, I don't know. Why don't you check out my other show, Odd Man Sports, on the Game Day YouTube channel? Maybe that'll answer some of your questions. That's right. I've got another show on another YouTube channel. That's how important I am, as the ball gag would suggest. Now, it wouldn't be an episode if I didn't mention some Deshaun Watson news. ESPN Upstate on Twitter tweeted, "It's been confirmed by sources that Deshaun Watson would approve trades to the Jets, Dolphins, and Panthers." This was tweeted nowhere else, and I, like a fool, retweeted it thinking it was an ESPN Update account. Instead, it says Upstate. Upstate South fucking Carolina as a Clemson Radio ESPN affiliate. So I don't know how much stock I would actually put into that, although their ties to Clemson would suggest they might have some connections to Deshaun Watson. But boy, was I misled. Now, JJ Watt tweeted that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, or as his strength and conditioning coach called it, the quads of the cell. This tweet was funny enough, but every fan using it to tie Watt to their team is what made it great. I hope Watt does something like this every day until he signs somewhere, so I can just scroll through and enjoy the responses. Marlon Humphrey tweeted, "My sister said it's marriage season. I'm definitely proposing this week." So Marlon Humphrey is marrying his sister? I guess that family really does. Humphrey. Incest. And finally, in sad news, Tiger Woods was running late to a photo shoot with Justin Herbert and Drew Brees when he wrecked his car that led to him having multiple leg surgeries to repair fractures in his legs. And I think everyone is pulling for Tiger to be okay, to make a speedy and full recovery. And I think Drew Brees and Justin Herbert should be suspended for the 2021 season for endangering one of America's greatest athletes. Now, I obviously never talk about golf here, but Tiger, he transcends golf. And I just watched his documentary on HBO. It was awesome, and I hope he's able to bounce back from this. I'm not sure what else to say, so it's a good thing we have O.J. Simpson on Twitter for that.
Twitter world, like most people, I've been watching the coverage of Tiger Woods and his accident. Well, he may be on some medication because he just had another back surgery. I'm a little surprised that the people around him his manager and people close to him would even have him driving.
If anyone knows when you need a driver, it is O.J. Simpson. Tiger, get well, and get well fast. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. I am on Twitter myself at Brandon Perna or at Benchwarmer Brew, my coffee company, Instagram at Benchwarmer Brew. Check it. Oh yeah, video on the screen. Click it.